Hello everyone! We're back again for another topic. Are you ready for another learning session? Now let's get started! Welcome to class! In today's lesson, in English 8, we will learn about using transition signals. At the end of this lesson, you are expected to identify transition signals used in sentences and paragraphs, classify the types of transition signals used in sentences and paragraphs, and construct sentences using transition signals. Before we define what is transition signals, let us have first a quick review. Let's read the sentences below and study the underlined words and ideas that they express. Number 1. The rain is heavy outside due to the storm signal. We must stay at home. Number 2. I would rather choose to spend time with my family than to go on a vacation alone. Now, what do we call those underlined words? What do they express? You are correct. The underlined words are called modals. Now, moving on to our lesson, what is transition signal? Transition signals are words and phrases that connect ideas of sentences and paragraphs for coherence. They also help to make clear connections and see sentences and paragraph flow together smoothly and making them easier to read and understand. Transition signals are used to provide more information, provide example or illustration, provide a cause or effect, provide a clarification, provide a qualification, provide a comparison or contrast, provide a sequence or chronology, and provide a summary or conclusion. Now let's discuss each of the type of transition signals. Let's begin with transition words that provide an addition or more information. It adds information or reinforces ideas. Example: besides, furthermore, in addition, indeed, in fact, moreover, second, third. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. Martha is very athletic. In fact, she plays 3 sports at school. What an exhausting day! It was moreover a waste of time traveling on rainy season. The underlined words are transition signals that suggest additional information or reinforcing ideas. Number 2, transition words that provide an examples. It add emphasis or introduce evidence. Example: for example, for instance, in particular, particularly, specifically, to demonstrate, to illustrate. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. She was well-trained of self-defense, specifically Taekwondo. There was an improvement on her reading skills. For instance, last week, he was awarded for Best in Reading. The underlined words are transition signals that emphasize something and shows evidence. 3. Transition words that provide a cause or effect. It shows the consequences of an action. Example: words that shows cause. Accordingly, because, due to, since. Words that shows effect. Consequently, as a result, therefore, so. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. Due to heavy rain, there was flood all over. As a result, the people in the village was sent to an evacuation site. The underlined words are transition signals that shows cause and effect relationship. Number 4. Transition words that provide a comparison or contrast. It points out alternatives or differences. Example: words that show comparison, as, also, likewise, similarly, in the same way. Words that show contrast, but, despite, however, even though, on the contrary. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. Anna loves to eat pizza. Likewise, she loves to eat burger. This is an example of a sentence showing comparison using the transition words likewise. Another example: I am glad that we decided to go on weekend, but we need to get some things done at home. The underlined word is a transition signals that shows contrast. Number 5. Transition words that provide a sequence or chronology. It helps define time. Example: after, before, currently, next, during, later, meanwhile, next, first, soon, simultaneously. Now let's use some of the example in a sentence. We will go to the hospital after lunch. I am currently taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. The underlined words in the sentences are an example of transition signals that defines what time the event had happened. Six. Transition words that provide a clarification. It shows support. Example: that is, I mean, in case, in other words, to put in another way, under certain circumstances. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. Please contact me immediately in case of emergency. I love reading. In other words, I like to learn more. The underlined words are an example of transition signals that show support to a statement. Number 7. Transition words that provide a qualification. It presents condition or intention. Example: almost, probably, frequently, possible, never. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. The white sand of Boracay was almost as white as snow. I frequently went to my garden to check on my newly bloomed flower. The underlined words are transition signals that shows condition or intentions. Number 8. Transition words that provide a summary or a conclusion. It restates ideas. Example: words that suggest summary. To summarize, as can be seen, to sum up, given this point. Words that suggest conclusion. In conclusion, therefore, finally, in the long run. Let's use some of the example in a sentence. I would like to take this opportunity to summarize the lesson that I presented earlier. The storm made the forest dark, therefore lurking someone might be effective. The transition signals used in the following sentences suggest summary and conclusion. Thank you for participating in our discussion, and don't forget to subscribe and like our page Lloyd Nice Edu TV.